Okay, so thank you everyone for joining me for the monthly HeinOnline webinar. This month's webinar, Researching Immigration and Human Rights. As I mentioned, we will be recording the webinar, and there is the Q&A and the chat buttons that you can use for any questions throughout the webinar. I will also open it up at the end for questions. So I am going to go ahead and get started. So my name is Roxanne Marmion. I'm joined today by my colleague, Tim Hoagie. So Tim will be the one monitoring all the questions. So again, feel free throughout the webinar, if you have any questions, to go ahead and ask them. Or at the end, we will open it up to questions as well. And I also want to note, at the end of the webinar, once I end the webinar, there is going to be a survey at the end. Very quick survey, just a couple quick questions for everybody. We just want to, a couple questions we have is, is this time work okay for you? Any other topics you'd like to see covered on the webinar? So if you have a moment at the end, please feel free to complete that quick webinar for us. And then my colleague Steve, I'm sure many of you have seen Steve Rose's if you've come to previous webinars as well. All right, so a quick overview of the webinar today. So today's webinar is going to focus on how you can use HeinOnline to conduct research on the topics of immigration and human rights. So the first thing I'm going to do is give a brief introduction of HeinOnline. So if anyone here is not familiar with the database, HeinOnline, have not used the database in the past or are not subscribers to the database, I'll just give a quick introduction of HeinOnline. And then I want to cover the immigration law and policy database, our social justice suite. I'm going to talk about what's included in that. And then I'm going to show how you can utilize those databases plus additional HeinOnline content to do research on human rights and immigration using HeinOnline. And then again, at the end, a couple of minutes will be left for questions and answers. So to get started here, a brief introduction of HeinOnline. So if you're not familiar with HeinOnline, online legal research database, law, so much more than just law, multidisciplinary database, over 200 million pages of content available across 100 plus databases. So we have over 100 databases available. Key content includes journals. So we have over 3,000 journals available in HeinOnline. Books, treatises that date back to the 1500s, current constitutions for every country, as well as substantial constitutional histories for many countries, comprehensive international treaty database, international yearbooks, government documents, and so much more. A couple key features of HeinOnline: all contents PDF image-based format. So it's like you have the official version in front of you. So we have the official versions, PDF, fully searchable. And we're also known for our historic content. Nearly all content in HeinOnline starts at the earliest volumes. For example, the journals, they're all going to start at volume 1. So you're going to have historic content that you're not going to be able to find in other databases, often in other databases. Okay, so the immigration law and policy in the US database. If you are a subscriber to HeinOnline, you likely subscribe to one of our core packages, so our base core packages. This immigration law and policy database, this is one of our a la carte databases. So this is an optional add-on. Some people here may already have access to it. They may already subscribe, but again, it's an optional add-on database. It's a comprehensive database focused on immigration laws and policies in the United States including historical documents. Some of the key sections included in this database, acts and legislative histories. So if you're not familiar with the legislative history, it consists of documents preceding and accompanying the enactment of a law. So this legislative history database is going to have a comprehensive collection of compiled legislative histories focused on immigration legislation in the United States. The Board of Immigration Appeals precedent decisions, this is a working index to the administrative decisions under the immigration and nationality laws. So that is that contains decisions which have been designated as precedent in the United States. So in the Board of Immigration Appeals decisions, you can find the most up-to-date opinions and decisions of the Department of Justice. It includes the opinions and orders of the Attorney General, the Board of Immigration Appeals, Commissioner of Immigration. So that would be included in the Board of Immigration Appeals precedent decisions, government accountability reports. So you're going to find different reports on immigration related federal programs. Law and policy titles. So in the law and policy title section, this is where you will find the administrative decisions under immigration and nationality laws, and then other relevant titles on law and policy relevant to immigration in the US. Extradition titles, so we have an entire section dedicated to extradition. This would be both extradition from the US as well as to the US. This is where you'll find extradition treaties between the US and international customers. So extradition titles, you'll see, again, you'll find both to the US, from the US, and then all the different extradition treaties. A link to the CFR and US code, different congressional hearings. So a substantial collection of congressional hearings focused on immigration legislation. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, the social justice suite. So if you are not already a subscriber to HeinOnline, I highly recommend that you do sign up for the social justice suite. This is a collection of free databases. So it consists of 5 different databases. And this is going to remain free of charge to any interested institution. And once I talk about the databases included in here, I am going to show everybody how you can register. So again, if you're not a subscriber to HeinOnline, this is free of charge to everybody, any interested institution. So this is also included, if you're a core subscriber, you'd have this included in your core package as well. So if you already have access to HeinOnline, you'll most likely have access to the social justice suite. Or if you are not a subscriber already, you can sign up to get access to these databases. So again, there's 5 databases included in the social justice suite. I just want to quickly talk about each of the databases. The first database, Slavery in America and the World. So this is a database that brings together legal materials relating to the history of slavery in the United States, as well as the English-speaking world. So this is going to include books by the University of North Carolina Press, bibliographies, every federal and state statute on slavery, as well as reported state and federal cases on the subject. The next database, Gun Regulation and Legislation in America. This is going to be a collection of legislative histories on gun law. So you can see how gun laws have changed in the United States through the years. So different legislative histories, additional congressional material on gun regulation and legislation in the US. The next database, Civil Rights and Social Justice. So this database was created to help researchers understand the roots of the fight for civil rights in the United States. In here, you're going to find congressional hearings, congressional committee prints, different legislative histories on landmark legislation, Congressional Research Service, so there, and Government Accountability Office reports. You're going to find briefs from major Supreme Court cases, and then as well, you're going to find publications from the United States Commission on Civil Rights. So you're going to find a collection of their publications in this database as well. The Open Society Justice Initiative. So this is a part of the Open Society Foundation. This was established in 2003, and the focus is to provide legal support through human rights litigation. So the Justice Initiative is going to publish reports and handbooks and briefing papers and policy submissions exploring on issues of human rights and justice. And then our newest database in the social justice suite, LGBTQ plus rights database. So this is going to be a collection of materials relating to the gay rights movement in America. It's going to include an interactive timeline, subject coded court cases, scholarly articles, books, pamphlets, reports, and more. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into HeinOnline now. I'm going to switch over to HeinOnline. And I want to quickly show everyone where you can find the registration page for Social Justice Suite. So let me just, from here, so where I am now, I'm at the HeinOnline homepage. So home.heinonline.org. And so from here, under subscriptions, we're going to scroll down and include Social Justice Suite. And then as you scroll down here, you're going to see the registration form. So once you complete the registration form, you'll be contacted by someone in our technical team, and they'll go ahead and help you get this set up. So you can do IP access, so you can have remote access for your students and faculty if you're at a university or your organization. All right, from here, I'm going to log into HeinOnline. So I'm just going to click the login button here. So now we're going to switch into HeinOnline. I want to just explore how we can best utilize the database to conduct research on both immigration and human rights. So a question that I get asked a lot when I'm either doing webinars or if I'm talking to a customer, what material do you have? What publications do you have on a specific topic? Often human rights, I get asked. What publications do you have on human rights? So if you're actually looking to find what does HeinOnline have, what publications or titles does HeinOnline have on a particular topic, I recommend using our catalog subject search. This would search across MARC records and it would identify various subjects. So if you're looking for a publication that just focuses on that subject area, you're going to go to, from the homepage here, click on Advanced Search. So this one box search, when you're looking at our homepage here, I'm just going to click back here real quick. When you're looking at the homepage here, you're going to see this one box search on the top of the screen. This is going to follow you throughout HeinOnline. So if you're in a specific database, if you're on the homepage, you're going to see this one box search. This is where you can look up a citation. So if you have a citation, you can copy and paste it in here. You can run a full text search here. You can look for a title by author, title name, publication name. So you can do all that right from this one box search. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click Advanced Search. And I am going to, you can scroll down here and you'll see Search the Catalog. You can see the different metadata fields you can search, but on the right-hand side here, we have catalog subjects. So I am going to click on catalog subjects, and then it's going to bring me to an autofill box. So as you start to type in your subject, it is going to autofill in different options for you. So let's say it is human rights we're looking for. What publications do they have focused on human rights? And as we type, you're going to see how it autofills in all the different subject areas we have. Now let's click on human rights. And again, this is going to give us a list of the publications in HeinOnline that are focused on human rights. On the left-hand side, you can see which collection or database that they are included in. You can see congressional documents, the Open Society Justice Initiative, Civil Rights and Social Justice Database, and then a list as well of all the publications. Now, again, this doesn't mean this is all we have relevant for human rights. This is just the actual publications that are focused on human rights. You'll find thousands and thousands of articles and relevant material within HeinOnline running full text searching on the subject. Now let's just take a quick look. Let's say immigration, and then you can see all the different subjects covered. So as you type in, different words, you'll see the different subjects, and then you can see again all the publications we have that are relevant. Okay, so now I'm going to jump back to the home page again, or the HeinOnline welcome page again. Now what I want to show is how you can utilize searching in HeinOnline, doing full text keyword searching in HeinOnline to find relevant on-point material. So this is going to do full text searching. Now what I'm going to switch to is full text searching across HeinOnline for certain keywords. So what I'm going to do is use this one box search. We use Boolean searching. If you have any questions about our searching, we do have a search help guide right underneath this one box. You can click search help. This will give you all of our Boolean operators. It'll give you different examples of different searches, search syntax guide as well. And then again, the advanced search, as you saw when we clicked it before, you have your 3-box search. So if I click advanced search here, you can see how you can select your metadata field. So just a different way to search there. But let's just use the 1-box search here. We're going to do a quick search. Let's say we're searching, we're doing research on human rights of asylum seekers in Europe. So we're going to run our search. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to type in my keywords or phrases. So what I'm going to search here, so when I put in this search, it's going to search the phrase asylum seekers. Now you don't have to put quotes around, it just narrows down how many search results you're seeing. Okay, so we're going to search asylum seekers in Europe and human rights. And with this search, what it's asking the search query to do, and searching within a particular section of a document for these keywords. So a section varies depending on the database, but an example would be in the law journal library, a section would be an article. So that's just one example of what a section would be. So this would search across, let's say, a specific article for these keywords. So we're going to run our search. And now we're going to see, now, you can always go into a specific database and run your search. So let's say I just wanted to search in the immigration database. I can actually click on the immigration database and search within that database only. But when you search when you're searching this main page, you're going to get the most results because it's going to find results from all the different various HeinOnline databases. And you can just see the extensive amount of content that we have covering these topics. Now, if you want to see, okay, now where did these search results appear in? What database did they appear in? On the left-hand side, you can see we have 14,000 results here. On the left-hand side of your screen, you'll always have your facets. So you can narrow it down by collection. So for an example here, let's just look at the immigration law and policy database that I talked about at the beginning of the webinar. We have 663 results from the immigration database. If you only want to look at those, just select the box here and it'll narrow it down to just those results. A couple things you can do here on your search results page. So in addition to narrowing it by facets, you have your Pathfinder subject. So if you want additional subject areas to be included, section type, location, organization, if there's a specific organization you're focused on, person, and then availability would be whether in full text or indexed. So from your search results page, we have something called Scholar Check. There's really many features of Scholar Check throughout HeinOnline. A couple of those from the search results page that I want to point out, sort by options. So you can sort your results by number of times cited by articles or number of times accessed. So let's say you want to, okay, who else is citing? So I ran the search result. What are other people citing back to? It just gives you an idea. Okay, what's relevant? What's on point with my research? Other people are citing back to an article or a document. We have an article here from the American University Law Review. It's been cited by 411 articles. So, it might be an on-point article that you'd want to read if 411 other people have cited back to it. You can actually click this link here, cited by, click cited by, it opens a new window and it'll give you a link to all 411 articles that have cited back to that document. Okay, so you can sort by number of times cited by articles, number of times accessed, what's trending, what are other people reading? So this would be HeinOnline users or researchers. This covers all HeinOnline researchers, and it's how many times it's been accessed in a 12-month rolling window. So this first article here has been accessed 1,124 times in the last year by HeinOnline researchers. You're going to see your icons on the right-hand side of the article results. So you're going to see PDF download, a couple of things you can do here. Quick download a PDF of the section. And if it's an article, it'll download the entire article for you. Custom downloads, if you have a QR It'll give you a QR code if you want to download it to your device. You can print select page ranges, so if you only want to print a couple pages. This one is very important, email. If you want to email a link to the PDF, click the email icon. The person you're sending it to does not have to have access to HeinOnline. That link is good for 7 days, and the link will open the PDF right up for them. So it'll send a link to the section, again, which would be, in this case, an article. And then bookmark, so this is part of MyHein. I'll quickly talk about MyHein at the end, but MyHein is a personal research tool. Anyone with access to HeinOnline can create a MyHein account. Okay, so from here, now let's go back to our search. Again, we have 14,000 results. Let's say we want to narrow our search down a bit better, just so we're not looking at so many results. To search within, so if you want to search within these results, I'm just going to click the down arrow here, search within results. So now I'm going to use the full text option, so I can put in some additional keywords here. And let's say we're researching suitable accommodations or suitable housing. So I'm just going to type in an or here. And then full text, I'll say suitable housing. And then we'll run our search. And again, it's only going to search within those 14,000 results you originally had. So this is just a way to, put in additional keywords and narrow down your search. And now we're only looking at, it would be more than 93. I think I had a misspelling there when I didn't double check when I was typing there. So now you've really narrowed down your search results here, less to look through. Okay, again, now that's one way you can do a keyword search. Another search feature I want to point out here in HeinOnline, under advanced search again, so I'm back from my welcome page, I want to show the Venn diagram search. So the Venn diagram search, just a different way to display your search results page. So with the Venn diagram search, so under advanced search, you're going to see this Venn diagram search. It's just one of our visual research tools. It's a newer search feature that we have. With this search, you can put in various keywords. So you can put in all your keywords with and run your search, and it's just a different way to display your search results. So let's say we're doing research on the right to education, let's do research on the policies in the European Union on the right of education for refugees. Okay, so that's our search topic. So in my search here, I'm going to put right to education and European Union and refugee. I'm going to run my search here. And so what this is going to look for is those 3 words within a section. And then, so here's what the search results page will look like. We have 1,300 results, over 1,300 results. And you can see here how it displays. It shows you, the first thing it's going to default to show you how do each of those words work with each other. So, 1,300 results for those phrases or keywords together. But then you can also say, okay, how about European Union and refugee? So we have 26,000 results matching European Union and refugee. Right to education and refugee. That we have 4,000 results for. So you can just see, it just makes it easy to just see how these different phrases or terms can appear within one another within a search. Okay, the next thing I want to show here. So that was doing a keyword search across all of HeinOnline. Another question I often get, what articles do you have on human rights? What articles do you have on immigration law and policy? So if you want to actually see which articles or how many articles we have on a particular topic, you would use our Pathfinder tool. So using a combination of artificial intelligence and human curation, we created this Pathfinder tool. And with the Pathfinder tool, we have subject coded every single article in the Law Journal Library. So to get to Pathfinder, we're going to select Law Journal Library. Just taking a moment here. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're at the Law Journal Library landing page here. And you're going to see in the tabs, on the top of the screen, you're going to see Pathfinder as an option. So I'm going to click on Pathfinder subjects. So a couple different ways you can look through our different Pathfinder subjects. We have a graphical view. So if you want to look at the graphical view here, you pick your topic, let's say social science, let's say immigration studies, and then you can see all the various topics we have included here, immigration law, citizenship. And when you click here, this is actually going to give you a list of all the articles under that subject area. You can also do the text view. So if there is a particular topic you're looking for, I'm going to expand all. I like to do a control find. So when I do the control find, and then I can just type in, let's say, human rights. And I want to see all the articles we have on human rights law. So you can see here, human rights law. I'm going to click that link there. And then it's going to give me a list of any article in HeinOnline that we have identified under human rights law, over 135,000 articles available in the Law Journal Library. So just jumping back here, let's say we're doing research, or let's say immigration. Let's say that we're just doing some research on immigration and the right to work. So I'm going to type in immigration here. And you can see we actually have a topic, immigration and employment. So I am going to select that topic. And then it's going to give me a list of the articles. So we have over 1,600 articles focused on immigration and employment. Now from here, what you can do, you can search within. So when I click the search within, again, the down arrow, you'll see this down arrow here, search within results. So I'm going to click search within results. And then from here, I can put in additional keywords or run a full text search across those articles we've identified as immigration and employment under the topic of immigration and employment. Now I can put in additional keywords. So let's just put in the right to work. And I'm going to run my search. So it's just going to search that phrase within those articles, those select articles. Now we're looking at 186 results. And again, from here, you can refine by your facets, put in additional keywords as well. Okay, so those are just a couple, tips, tricks for searching for a particular topic in HeinOnline. We do also have the keyword search, another great way to run your searching in HeinOnline. The keyword search, you're going to find that that will also be available in the Law Journal Library. The keyword search is going to use artificial intelligence, and you can put in any relevant keyword you can think of. You can weight the keywords and find on-point relevant material. So this is going to be different than our standard Boolean searching. To get to this keyword search, you're going to click Advanced Search. In the Law Journal Library, you're going to click Advanced Search. Over here on the right-hand side of the screen, you're going to see the Keyword Search Builder. So when I click here, you'll have 6 different fields where you can put in your keyword. You weight them. All the way to the right is going to be the most important in your research. All the way to the left, you can either leave them all as they are. You can weight them, various importance. Again, all the way to the right, most important in your research. Put it in any keyword you can think of. So let's say, again, the right to education for migrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. If that's the topic I'm researching. So I'm going to type in right to education, European Union. We'll say, and we'll put in additional keywords here. And then again, you can, let's say, we'll weight this one over here as a 5, and as a 3, we'll leave these, and then we'll run our search. Again, it's just going to use AI to find any relevant on-point material. And then once you get your search results, you can add additional terms or words. You can change the weight of the ranking of the words if it's not finding what you're looking for. If you find a relevant on-point article and you take a look at the article and it is relevant to what you're researching, we have an additional feature here from the image toolbar. We have more like this. Click more like this. Clicking on more like this will identify 6 interesting words in the background. It'll identify these 6 interesting words, and it'll give you more on-point relevant material using those 6 interesting words. You can see them listed over here on the left-hand side. You can either remove words, add additional words, change the weight or ranking of the words, just to continue your researching, find more on-point relevant material to your research. Okay, so real quick, I know we're running out of time here. So I just want to quickly, just at the end of each webinar, I like to show everybody where our help guides can be found. So if you have any additional questions on HeinOnline or on specific databases, we have the LibGuides pages. So under help, top right-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see help. We've got LibGuides. We have LibGuides covering, we're going to, for different databases, different topics, different database features as well. We have the knowledge base. The knowledge base is an extremely useful collection of videos, training guides on different topics. MyHein, like I mentioned, MyHein, I highly recommend if you have access to HeinOnline, create a MyHein account. You can bookmark articles, you can save your search, you can get updates on if you have a saved search, and you can get updates when new search queries appear when we do our monthly content release. You can create electronic table of content alerts. So if there's a particular title you follow in HeinOnline, you can create an ETOC alert so that you get notified when a new issue is published in HeinOnline. So again, my Hein Users Guide, you can find that under What is My Hein or Help under the Help page. In our knowledge base, we have the User's Guide for My Hein. Connect with us, Facebook, Twitter, follow us on YouTube, sign up for our blog, very helpful blog that we have. So that is everything that I wanted to cover today for the webinar. So now I am going to open it up to questions. So if anybody has a question, I believe there is a, I think that you can, I think there is a raise the hand option, and I can just open it up so that you can ask the question over the webinar. Or we also have the question and answer or the chat box if you have any questions. So I'll just give it a moment here and see if we do have any questions. Okay. Any questions? I don't see any coming in. So again, there will be a survey at the end. So when I end this webinar, the survey will appear on your screen. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any additional questions here. If you think of any questions after, I'm going to put my email address in the chat box. So feel free to email me after. I'll put my colleague Tim Hoagie as well. I'll put his email address in here. Any questions, you have follow-up, you want a trial. Again, we offer trials if you're not a subscriber to HeinOnline and you're interested in a trial, you want to sign up for the Social Justice Suite. Any questions you have, do not hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions about the immigration database or want a trial to that database, we'd be happy to set that up for you as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today for the webinar. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now. And then once I end the session, you will get that prompted for the survey. So thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.